What's up, book nerds? I'm here to give a quick shout out to one of our favorite bookish small businesses, Well Read Candle Company. If you need your home or office to smell like your favorite book boyfriend or maybe your favorite small town vibe to get you through the day, you have to check them out. It's a woman owned business making some of the best bookish scents, and we are fully obsessed. We will link the website in the show notes, and don't forget to use code WhatTheSmut10 to save 10% on your order.
What's up, book nerds? Welcome to What the Smut Are You Talking About podcast. We are a weekly romance book podcast where we talk about books and chaos. So yeah, pretty much anything goes.
Join us as we talk about the books we are reading, what crazy shenanigans are happening in our lives, and who knows, we may have some fun guests drop by.
So grab your favorite snacky snack and your beverage of choice and come hang out and see what the smut we are talking about this week.
Welcome back, listeners. How is everyone doing this week? Hey, Courtney, how's it hanging?
Hey, Mary. It's going. I'm currently rocking an ankle brace, so fun times over in my household.
No, do we need to wrap you in bubble wrap?
Probably at this point. You never know. Well, we have a fun guest joining us today. I'm super excited. She loves to travel the world, but you can also find her at her home in Arizona with her hubby, kiddos, and her dog.
She is a New York Times best-selling author.
She's kink-positive and queer-friendly romance author whose stories have heart-wrenching plot and toe-curling heat.
Let's give a wonderful welcome to Sara Cate.
Hi,
Hey,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for
Yes,
joining
fun.
us. I have to tell you, the scream Courtney screamed when we got the yes was I could hear it from here, and we live in different states. So
That means a lot. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. That was a fantastic intro. I loved that. that was so fun.
Well, I have to know, on a scale from unbothered queen to full glitter-fueled rage, how mad were you growing up when you could never find your name showed on anything Lisa Frank?
You know what? It's a really popular name, and so I was able to find it. Now the spelling is weird, obviously, but yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, mine was there too, just not the spelling. So I was like, well, I don't want it if it's not spelled right. But 5-year-old Courtney didn't understand that there's multiple ways to spell Courtney.
Yeah. Yep.
we are going to dive in all things Sarah and our wonderful questions, and we're going to kick it off with, what are you currently drinking? And is it strong enough for this conversation?
I'm literally drinking a Starbucks because my house is under renovations at the moment, so I couldn't get to my coffee maker. So coffee run this morning.
Renovations require coffee.
It requires so much coffee. So yeah, I got myself a little iced vanilla latte, which is my go-to. And yeah, it's definitely strong enough. I'm good.
Courtney, what number of Diet Coke are you on?
I'm on like 3. Don't judge me. It's been a rough day. I didn't get my coffee this morning, so.
Fair.
So we had to hit the caffeine elsewhere. I'm the weirdo. I'm on my water. I don't have any hot tea, but I'm on my water.
How dare you hydrate? I mean,
I know.
what a weirdo.
I know. Try to be good. I have my caffeine before noon, and then after that, I don't have any more. So
That's me too. Yeah. I'm like officially at that old age of like, if I have caffeine after noon, I don't sleep at night. So yeah, I used to be fun.
My boss asked me the other day, it was like 3 p.m. She's like, I'm going to Starbucks. Do you want anything? I'm like, no, I want to sleep. Thank you very much.
Sleep.
definitely.
Well, on a scale of plotter to feral gremlin, what is your writing process like?
I am actually somewhere in the middle. I want to be a plotter so bad. I like to plot. I love to plot, actually. It's kind of my favorite part of the process, but it's a waste of time. And it's just one of those things that I do like for fun almost at this point, because I know that once I sit down and start writing, it's going off the rails. And so it feels a little bit like it's there, it's enjoyable. I do everything from like color-coded Post-it notes to like a murder board looking thing.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I have a lot of fun with it. I love the plotting process because it really breaks down like the meat of a story and what makes a story good.
Uh-huh.
And so that part is great. And I think for the most part, that ends up in the finished product. But yeah, usually it's kind of a waste. Yeah. Usually the first, act is great. Oh, I'm really stuck to the plot. And then it's off the rails at that point. And it's usually the character's fault. The character does something I did not tell them to do, not in the plan, or they're not who I thought they were. And it's their fault, really.
But that's how you get the best books, so.
It
Yes.
really is. I know, it's sad, but true. I think if I forced it into the plot or forced the characters into, like, what I had in mind, it would suffer. So, I know it's better this way, but I have such a type A mind that I want it all to fit nicely and be such a seamless, like,
Uh-huh.
process, and so when it gets messy, I get so frustrated.
I feel that.
I feel the type A.
Yes.
When did you make the jump from this writing is kind of fun to do to, oh no, it's now my entire personality?
Yeah, I've become important at my job, and it's ruining my life, like that one.
Yes.
Yeah, I think romance was always I did it because I've been writing for a long time, but it took me a while to break into romance. So way back in the day, I used to write, more literary or, fiction that I was trying to get traditionally published. So I was in the query
Uh-huh.
dungeon for a very long time and never really took off. And then I wanted to write romance. I just didn't really have the guts to do it. But I had some friends who were doing it. And so I was like, screw it. I don't care if my family can't read it. I'm just going to write it. And it was so fun because the community is so vibrant and I indie published. And so back then, this feels like 100 years ago, back in
Uh-huh.
2019, you would publish something and you'd get comments and reviews and people would share it. And
Uh-huh.
it was just so
Uh-huh.
active that it felt so fun. And it was fun. It was fun back then. It's still fun. But like now it's like a serious job.
Well, is any part of your writing process still feel hard for you since you've got, like, over 25 books under your belt now?
It's so funny. Like I say this all the time though. Like every time now, 25 books in, if I'm starting a new book, I feel like I have to relearn how to write a book. Like I have to bust out the craft manuals and I have to pull out my plotting technique books and I'm like, okay, how do I do this? What's the best way to do this? Like I literally treat each book like I'm learning how to do it for the first time. The hardest part for me, I mean, aside from like anybody's going to say the edits are the worst. I struggle a lot with the end of books. The third act is always, I love writing the beginning. I suck at the end. A lot of my books that are published now, like, have some version that is on my computer and nowhere else where it's like a totally different ending. Like something, like it's always a happy ending. I'm not talking like everybody dies,
Killing them
but
all.
yeah, but it's like
Hi.
none of those, but definitely like a very different string of events, I guess. So I'm really not great at the endings.
So who has been your easiest character to write?
Oh man, easiest character to write. That's a good question. I always get who's the hardest character to write, and I can answer that one. Yeah. I would say my easiest characters to write are always the messiest boys. So it's like usually like a Bo Grant from Mercy. He's the son in Praise, so he's in both Praise and Mercy. Messy. He's a mess. So easy to write. I don't know what it is. Who else was I just thinking of who's a mess? If Julian Cade from The Rule of Three, I just wrote,
Uh-huh.
he was a mess. So was Archer. Actually, Archer was easier. I take it back. Archer was way easier because Archer was free reign mess. Like he was.
I was here
yeah,
for it.
yeah. And his like underground fighting ring, but he's a billionaire. Like what a mess. And
Yeah.
it was so fun to write. So yeah, usually those guys. I think of like Drake from Give Me More. Even though I wouldn't say he was a mess, he was messy and he was very fun to write. Something about it. I don't know. I always say like I think it's because I kind of get to fix them and you can't do that in real life. And so it's like
Mhm.
cathartic almost. Like
Yeah.
let me tell you
Yeah.
what's wrong with you. And I just get to write the process. And so it's always fun.
Love that. I love that so much. In my head, I just hear, like, "But daddy, I love him," playing on repeat. Be like, "But I can fix him."
100%. Yep, that's exactly how it is.
Oh my gosh. Well, kind of like on the flip side, have you had a character just completely hijack a story and turned into something like you weren't even planning on?
Okay, book nerds, a quick interruption for something that you might find useful. If your TBR is unhinged as mine, and you need a way to consume more books without quitting your day job, Audible will be your best friend. You can grab a free 30-day trial using the link in our show notes, which means you can listen to all the romance, fantasy, and morally gray men to your heart's desire. Perfect for your commute, your hot girl walk, or when you're pretending to be productive, but you're actually just listening to smut. And yes, audiobooks absolutely count as reading. I will die on that hill. So grab your free trial with our link in the show notes and you can thank me later.
Yes, absolutely. The one that definitely comes to mind, there's 2. The first one is Garrett Porter from Eyes on Me, and I talk about him a lot. I don't know, like 4 years later, however long that book came out. I'm still talking about him. Yes, so when he's in praise, he's very fun, very funny, the lighthearted, like, comedic relief. I have this vision of him being very, like, the mischief guy, and I thought his book is gonna be so fun. It's gonna be like a rom-com, like, it's gonna be great. And then when I sat down to write his book and I, again, had it all plotted out and ready, he was kind of, like, letting me know first of all, he wasn't doing anything I told him to, but he was also kind of letting me know that there was more underneath that I didn't realize, like, that even I, his creator, wasn't really aware of. And so I came to this, like, point in writing the book where, granted, at this point, Praise had come out. It was very popular, it did great. So I felt a lot of pressure of, like, do I keep the same tone as Praise, even though this character is telling me that he's dealing with something really dark and kind of serious and heavy? And am I just sabotaging myself if I let him tell the story the way he wants to tell it, true to his character? And so in the end, obviously I think is the right decision, was to write him true to himself. And I have absolutely no regrets. I think, I get a lot of messages from people who relate to his depression, who, like, loved that and felt very seen in those moments. And so, like, at the time it was a struggle. At the time I was like, why won't you just be who I thought you were? Why won't you just, do what I told you to do? And it was such, like, I don't know, such a cathartic experience of, like, getting to make him the funny guy. He was the funny guy. He still was the funny guy. Like, and he was the horny guy and he was the, kinky guy, but he was also depressed, and, like, to get to see that, like, you can be both, like, those things coexist. And so was really fun. And in the end, I have no regrets. I love him. I still talk about him to this day, obviously. So it was
Is
it was
he
rough, but worth it.
is he a second born? He's giving me second born energy.
No, he was the firstborn, but,
Firstborn. Okay.
yeah.
You have so many characters. I'm like trying to remember like who
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
where.
he was the firstborn.
Flipping over from the easiest, we are now going to what story has been the hardest for you to write?
Oh my gosh. Right off the bat, I'm thinking The Good Girl Effect. That was the first book in the second gen series. It came out
Mm.
just this past September. The story was hard, but also just the writing process was hard, and I think that had a lot to do with the fact that, like, this was the start of a new series that was a spinoff of this massively successful series of mine that did great, and now I'm like, follow it up, like, do it again, no pressure, like.
Yeah.
And so that was really tough, and I rewrote and rewrote and rewrote that book. It's the longest book I've, like, not the longest book, but it's the longest it took me to write. Like, I took way too long rewriting and trying to fix it and make it perfect, and I'm very proud of how it turned out. I think for me, trying to balance, like, it's single dad nanny, which is kind of a cute, sweet plot, like a trope,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but there's also trauma. And there's also, like, he's dealing with
Yeah.
grief and he's dealing with all these, like, really heavy, serious stuff, and, like, but also make it kinky. And so it was, I think maybe I bit off a little bit much for, like, that first book, but I think it turned out great and I'm proud of it.
Yeah. I recently reread that one right before The Rule of Three came out just to like give me a refresher. And I forgot how much I love that book.
And I love Jack, but him and I, we had beef in that process. we beefed.
I bet.
That's rough.
There's such a dark, heavy cloud
It
in that
was.
book. So that I
Trying to
couldn't
balance
imagine
those
being
two
in that
things
head.
was a lot, yeah.
What's a tiny detail that a reader will never notice, but you just completely obsess over?
I don't know if I'd say completely obsessed, but I do write in a lot of little Easter eggs that I'm like, no one's ever going to notice this. And I'm trying to remember, man, I know there was one that like somebody finally caught it and I was like, yeah, like, finally. But I do write in a lot of like little, sometimes character crossovers that like people don't often pick up on. I know that they're there and it makes me happy. So, like, for example, I think in Salacious, they had somebody, they come in and paint a mural somewhere in the club. I think it was Salacious. It could have been Legacy. I'm not sure now. But, and in my head, that was a character from Beautiful Monster, one of my like first books. And so, like, things like that where I just have these little nuggets of like crossover that like 99% of readers don't catch it, but like one will, and I'll be like, yes, you got it. You caught the crossover.
Now you're
Or,
making me want to go back and reread
I
everything.
know. It's like bust out the highlighter.
I think at the end of the day, it was like me trying to be like Taylor Swift. Of like, I'm going to use numbers, put things in that people, or like sometimes if I'm ever having to make like a room number for something or like a house number, using any sort of like numbers, I'll be like, I'm going to use the day Praise came out, or I'm going to use, something, the year that this happened, whatever. So like those are all very intentional. I never just grab random numbers. I'm always trying to like make them, intentional for
Unique.
something.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
What is the craziest thing you had to Google, for research?
Man, a lot of
Are you
things.
on any FBI lists? Let's
Really?
hear it.
I mean, it's very possible. It is very possible. You know what's funny is everybody asks us that question, like, us authors in general. And I'd be like, you guys would be shocked and we would be humiliated for you to know that, like, the thing, like, yesterday is like, I had to Google, like, what's another word to describe brown eyes? Like, that's the mundane, stupid shit we have to Google. And it's like very rarely the fun stuff. Although I guess like dark authors probably get to Google like blood and death and murder and like how long does it take a body to whatever decompose. I'm not sure, but I do often have to research some pretty like racy stuff. Like I go in incognito mode on my computer and have to
Love
Google.
it. Love it.
I'm always like interested if there's new toys out there that I can use. Like, what are we putting our remote control on now? Like, what can I use in my stories that's like new and different? New furniture, like if there's new play furniture.
And there are. Somehow I
always
fell
are.
on that side of Instagram. Let me tell you. I'm like,
I'm honestly amazed with the creativity out there of like, who's coming up with this?
One that turns into an ottoman at like the end of your bed. I don't know if y'all have seen that.
Yes.
But
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's interesting.
Yes. And there's so much out there. I'm like, you guys are so innovative. This is amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely always like researching that stuff because it does get, and you write a lot of these like spicy scenes. It's like, what can I use? How can we mix this up? Like, so researching like toys and things and furniture and stuff for the club too. Like, with every book in the Legacy
wall.
series.
yes.
Yes. I'm trying to like,
That's
that was
exactly
a fun
where my head
research
went.
that was definitely a fun research because I didn't even know that free use existed. I didn't know what that was. Came across it on an Instagram post one day because that's on my Instagram. Is so it was like, what is this? And got to do a lot of research on that, which was fun. So yeah, I'm always looking up new stuff for the club, like how what new room or space can we use for this book, and so yeah, very
Love
fun.
it.
Do you have a snack of choice while you write?
Do I have a snack of choice? I don't snack while I write because then I'll just be sitting here eating. Like it's like work is happening. I've been coined. Somebody called me this. I didn't even know this was a thing. A beverage goblin. So I have to have like 3 beverages on my desk at all times, and it's always some sort of like coffee, a water, and a Diet Coke.
Are you friends with Candace?
I need beverages, and I drink a lot, which means then I have to take a lot of potty breaks, which is annoying, but. Yeah, I'm more of like the bevy girl than the snacky girl.
Hey,
I can understand that. I normally have, in the morning, I have like 3 different beverages sitting on my desk.
I could never. I'm the type of person, like, it has to be ice cold or really hot, depending on, like,
Yeah.
what type of drink I'm drinking, and so I will down a drink in, like, 2 seconds flat. My friends always like, if I do go to get, like, an iced vanilla latte, like, it's gone within the first 5 minutes of me having it, and my friends
Yeah,
are
and I'm,
like,
like,
"How?
nursing
Why?"
mine.
Same. I'll nurse mine for hours. Like
Yeah,
hours. I will nurse a
same.
drink.
No, mine is gone. It's probably why
Gone.
I drink so much too.
Yeah.
So there's that. Well, super excited about the Salacious Legacy. I'm loving this second gen series.
Uh-huh.
We touched briefly on the good girl effect, which, it's darker, heavier themes, but so good. I want to talk about the rule of three, though, because that's your most recent release. And you've had fun times since you released that. You went on vacation, you were like out of the country, and then went straight to like a book tour.
I'm insane.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
insane,
like,
and I have the most supportive spouse in the world. Like, he
that's
deserves an
amazing.
award.
I'm exhausted for you guys. Just
I
looking at your schedule.
seriously, yeah.
I was super sad I didn't get up to Knoxville to see you. You went to the Good Girls
Yes.
bookstore, and I love them.
It was
And I got
great.
to meet them last year.
So the event was somewhere on campus,
Uh-huh.
and they brought their mini truck, like, in the building,
Yeah.
like,
I
on the
know, and it
3rd or
is
4th
so
floor.
cute.
Like, we walk in, like, off the elevator, and there's a tiny pink truck full of books, and I'm like, "How? Like, how did this
How
get
did
here?"
you get this here?
It
I
was so
know.
impressive, and it was so cute, and I love that they just sold my books off of it, and, like, mine and Emily's, and it was amazing. The whole tour was great. The trip to Paris was great. I mean, come on. But, yeah, that was a very fun trip, and I took my team as sort of like a thank you for all that they do for me, and especially for the Good Girl Effect hitting New York Times. They worked so hard, and so I took them to Paris, and we took lots of content and did a lot of research, and of course, it was amazing.
Awesome. That
That
is
is so
awesome.
fun.
I
That
am
is
I am actually right now in the middle of reading. I had to pause because I had to switch back to alpha beta read, but I am in the middle of reading Gravity. So
Oh, wow.
one of the authors I PA for, she was like, "Read this one." I was like, "Okay."
Well,
And then she gives
that's a
me
good crossover to the Rule of 3 because
well,
Archer
and
is
I
the
read the Rule of 3 already, so
so, yeah, that's perfect. Now you get to read about his parents, his twisted, fucked up parents.
I could only imagine. I haven't read Gravity or Free Fall yet, and so that
I
You'll
makes
will
me
tell you
understand
excited.
so much more about our Archer after you read
I
it.
will tell you I got the box set because it had the point shoes on the cover. So
Yeah. I love that one. So pretty.
that was the I bought it and I actually have had it for a while because I was like, "Oh, point shoes."
That's funny.
I think one of like my favorite parts of the Rule of Three, I love that we got to see all the characters' insecurities because it's MFM,
Mhm.
and usually with like any type of white shoes or poly relationship, most authors don't even touch on like real life scenarios like that. So I just love how this one felt more realistic.
Thanks. I do try to do that. It's more work for me. Let me tell you, it's tough. I am a bit of like a character author. So all of my books will have some sort of character growth or character journey. And then when you're writing 3 characters, it's a lot. And so
Mhm.
Yeah.
there's usually one who's kind of like, she's got her stuff together. Like she needs a little bit of change, but she's doing okay. And that's obviously Freya in the Rule of 3. So my queen, like she doesn't need that
Chef.
much work. She went to Paris alone for culinary school and like is opening her own restaurant. Like she's fine. She has to open up to her family more. She's got a little bit of that, but the boys are they're a mess. So
We're a mess.
They were.
they, yeah.
They
And so
were a
they've got,
hot mess.
and definitely Julian a bit more than Archer. Like he has,
The way I could put hands on Julian from the Good Girl Effect, like I
yes.
hated him, hated
And
him
you
in
were
Good Girl.
supposed to. So,
But then he
yeah.
had me falling in love with him on the Rule of Three. I'm like,
Oh,
how can she do this?
that's the most fun. I love a redemption arc. I didn't plan on Julian's book being next. I actually kind of wanted to wait longer on his and put it towards the end. And I finished The Good Girl Effect and I started, to work on the next one or what I thought was going to be the next one. And he would not shut up. He was just in my head. And I thought, you know what? I think out of the Good Girl Effect, he was the one that I thought readers probably connected the most. No, maybe not connected, but you would remember him. Like you knew who he was. He was in that book enough for you to connect with him. And so I was like, all right, fine. Let's just jump to his story next. And his was very interesting because it wasn't until the edits when I sent it to my editor over at Source Books and she sent it back and said, I think Julian has anxiety. And I was like, really? And I went back and reread it and looked at all of the signs. I was like, you're right. I think he does. And so that was a very kind of I think a cool, different experience getting to sort of discover that he didn't even know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We didn't know we kind of all learned it all together. So
Yeah.
that was a kind of a fun, different way to write a character, I guess.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the one that pretty much brought it to his attention, right? Am I?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he knew he had medication. So he has a very tense relationship with medication and being medicated. And as I think we all do, that's not always the easiest thing to accept and to work into your daily life. We all, I think, struggle with that in some way. And so, he didn't want to take some medication, so obviously his symptoms are getting worse and it's a vicious cycle, and really wanted to dive into how that can affect your relationships, can affect your quality of life. So yeah, she was definitely the one who shined the mirror in his face and was like, you have to take care of you if you want to be in this. And so that was his big learning
Yeah.
process.
Well, I am so excited to see what you do with this series because
Thank
I
you.
want all of them.
Thank you.
I
I'm very
need them
excited about
now.
it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. I love Salacious Players Club. I had a friend tell me about it because at that point I haven't read any type of sex club books. And I'm like, "Ooh, this is a thing." And so then I started and I was like, "Oh, I need more." And she's like, "Well, there's a whole series out." So and then now you have this whole world out there. So I'm excited to see what you do with this second gen series.
Thank you.
It'll
I'm
be a
very
fun
excited about
ride.
it. It's been very fun. It's been very fun. We just announced the third book, which is The Daddy's Girl, which I'm very excited about. It comes out September 2nd. And so we just released the tropes of that. It feels very much like me coming back to my roots because it's age gap, it's taboo, it's godfather, goddaughter. So
I
it
can't
feels
wait for
very,
that one. The
very
nuggets
Sarah
you
Kate coded.
dropped in the rule of three. I was like, okay, I'm really looking forward to that one.
And he's
Yeah.
French, and he's a lover boy. He's so romantic. It's so fun. So, yes, he's so swoony, so swoon-worthy. I love him.
Well, September can't get here fast enough.
I know.
It'll be here
It
before we
will.
know it.
It'll be here before we know it. Time is flying
It's already
by, so.
June.
I know. Don't even get me started.
Mary, what are you currently reading these days?
So I mentioned it a little earlier. I completely caught up on all my alpha beta reads. I had a lot going out there. I said I was done Kristen Granada's Sideline Rivals, but she threw it back at me. So now I'm reading what she changed. And in between, I'm reading Gravity,
which is unhinged.
Busy bee.
I'm excited, but I'm happy to be caught up on a lot of those because it felt like everybody just threw them all. They were like, "Oh, here, this is up, this is ready," and I'm like, "Crap, I have 4." And so
Bless
now
your
I'm down
heart.
to
I
1.
have so much respect for people who work with authors because we are a mess. We are sorry, I need more time. And I finished it, but you have 3 days to read it. Yeah.
I need notes in 12 hours.
I need notes now.
So Courtney, what are you listening to? Because I know you're my audio girly.
Yes. I just had an ALC drop for West of Forever by Corinne Michaels. And I don't do much of Corinne. And now I'm wanting to devour her whole backlist because this one is just hello, cowboy rival family. Yes, please.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm enjoying that one. What about you, Sarah? Are you reading anything currently with your chaotic schedule?
I am. So I'm currently reading an arc called Hot Heads by Kent Holland. It's an MM firefighters romance.
Oh, wait a minute. What's Wait, say the author again? Sorry, I had to grab a pen.
Kent Holland,
Okay.
and it's called Hotheads. I don't know when it comes out. I need to
I don't
figure out when
care.
it.
I'll look it up.
But yeah, he's great. It's very like kinky, and there's a kink club in it, and he's also just a great
Done.
human, and so it's
Done.
good, very good.
Excuse
That's
me while I go
amazing.
pre-order that. What are you watching?
Well, Summer House Reunion is finally on. I just watched part 2, I think, last night. So next week, part 3 drops. And Sierra, girl, she is my spirit animal. I can't wait to see like what kind of opportunities just like come to her over all this like Kyle, Amanda, West drama. I am trash reality queen, by the way, Sarah.
And Courtney fills me in on all her trash reality TV.
Girl, the way I need to send you clips from the reunion because I know you don't know like any of these people, Mary, but the way she just comes out in this like seashell looking dress and she just slays. And the way that she just puts Amanda in her place, like I am here for it. And then In the City is kind of like a spinoff from Summer House. So I don't know how I feel about this one yet. I'm only a couple episodes in, but so I'm giving it a shot. But I love how we get like the backstory with Kyle and Amanda, like as we're watching everything fall out in real time. So that part's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But also Love Island just dropped. So that's gonna be like my whole summer personality. Sorry, not sorry.
I think there's a lot. I see it a lot on my social when I'm scrolling. I see a lot of Love Island and Summer House. I was like, I don't even know who these
Yes.
people are. They're all over
Yeah.
I don't either.
Oh
I
my
don't either.
gosh. I've been watching Summer House for like probably the last 8 to 10 years and it's
Wow, I've never
insane.
heard of it.
I feel like I
8 to
know
10
these
years.
people.
I thought it was like a new show. I had no idea.
No. I think this is like 11 seasons now, something like that.
Is it British?
Nope. It's these New York it's these like New York socialites
Full
that
on.
go in summer
Yeah.
in the Hamptons. They like all pitched in and like got a share house and
Full
it's
American
messy.
trash reality TV.
Yes.
It's a little less trashy if it's British,
I,
but if it's American, it's like full trash.
Full sin, yes.
That's what I was
If you
thinking.
want good dialogue material, go watch it.
Good to know. Good to know.
Oh, they're messy. They are so
That's funny.
messy, but I love it.
That's
Oh
funny.
man.
My watching is way less unhinged. So I finally watched Downton Abbey grand finale, the one that
Oh.
released in the movie theater. I'm kind of bummed because it left me hanging with more questions than answers.
Maybe that's a sign.
For it being, I don't know. They say it's the last one, so
But maybe there's like a spin-off. I don't know. I'm with you.
I don't know. I don't know. I would devour a spinoff because that one obviously is British. So I am here for Downton Abbey. The other thing that I watched on Netflix was The Crash. And
Wanna
I've heard
watch
all
that.
about this.
oh my gosh, like what in the world? It was unhinged of the highest order. She is psycho. And
Sounds like
somehow
it.
I got on the Instagram reel. I don't even know how I found this person, but apparently somebody was incarcerated with her.
Oh,
and
the girl. Yeah, I saw
got
that same
out.
thing.
And got out. And so she has like this 8-part Instagram reel on how psycho the girl is and how manipulative she is and all of this
Wow.
stuff. Like it is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. So that was my unhinged watch for the time. Are you watching anything, Sarah? Anything on
So
your...
yeah, here's where I sound so old and boring. I'm definitely more your speed, Mary. I watch British television. So
Yes.
I just got BritBox. Well, I love Downton
Yes.
Abbey. I was
Oh
a
my
huge
gosh.
Downton Abbey fan. And I
BritBox
watched
is
all
awesome.
of
I
it.
can
So
give
I
you
got
Rex.
BritBox to watch the other Bennett sister, which kept popping up on my TikTok, and I was like, I gotta see this. The yearning, it looks like so much yearning, and it was phenomenal. I binged it in a day. It was only like 8 to 9 episodes, but then I owned BritBox for a year, and so now I am watching like cozy small town British murder mysteries solved by a nun. And you know what? It's fucking delightful.
Yes,
and
it is.
not at all unhinged, but I'm enjoying every second.
No, but it's great.
That sounds unhinged.
Yeah,
A
it's
nun.
just like a little it's so cozy, it's unhinged, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So my, like, guilty pleasure is going on YouTube and watching, like, Turkish, like, TV dramas.
Turkish dramas are the best.
They
Yes.
really are. They really are. So I was, like, walking down the hall at work one day, and my friend was telling me about some show she watched. It was on Netflix, and she's like, "But there's this guy on there, he's Turkish." And I was like, "Is his name Cam? Because I know him."
I know.
And she's
I
like
know what you're talking about.
she's like,
Oh my
"How?
god.
How? Nobody knows who he is." And I'm like, "Girl, listen, 2020, it was COVID. My son was a baby. I didn't wanna get out of bed. I was, like, deep in postpartum, and, like,
Mhm.
Turkish TV dramas is what pulled me out of my postpartum depression."
It's so
Oh,
true. I think everybody wants, like, yearning now, and I'm like, "Listen, you guys want yearning? You gotta try other country, like, dramas, Korean dramas, like, Turkish dramas, even, like, British TV, like, they all these guys are massive yearners, and it's
mhm.
so good, like,
Yes.
you gotta go elsewhere for it, and
Yeah.
it's all out there."
It got so bad that at one point, I'm like, if somebody was to start talking Turkish to me, I could probably pick up
I
some
could
of what
probably
they're talking
I think I might speak
talking
Turkish
about.
now.
Like, it was so bad. Like, my husband would
No,
come in like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And I'm like, "Go away."
it's so good. That's funny.
I love my Turkish TV.
Yeah.
I need to do some more YouTube binging.
Yeah, sadly, that's about and there's nowhere else to really watch them.
I know. Sad day.
Listeners, be sure to drop in our DMs and let us know what y'all are watching this week or what you're reading. Who knows? We may give a shout out to it on the podcast, or we may join you in reading or watching the episodes.
Yes, please blow up my TBR pile. Thank you. Well, it's time for our unhinged thoughts of the week, where we take our thoughts, no context, no logic, just vibes, and unpack it like it's completely normal. All right, Mary, what do you have for us this week? What is your unhinged thought?
Well, the first one, I think we all of us know. I'm just going to say the audacity of some people utilizing trademarks. And yeah, like we went through this before a few years back.
Cockygate. Some people were not
Yes.
around for Cockygate, and it
No, they
showed.
weren't. Like these people missed the memo on that one and it didn't work out then. So I don't know what's going to make them think it's going to work out now. I was off. We were talking about it yesterday and I was offline yesterday. And so I caught up on it and I'm like, just the audacity that people have to think that like it's like them trying to trademark a blind date with a book. And
Oh,
like major retailers are doing that. Like
yeah.
so you're never going to be able to trademark. It's never going to fly. I will be like
Yeah.
that gif of Michael Jackson eating popcorn in the audience. That will be me.
Also, but I just love seeing the book community come together and like agreeing on things like this. And also shout out to Katie's Shelf of Smut, because like I'm living for like all these like hot girl memes now. And she did one where it says hot girls with tummy problems read, and like she made like a mug for it. And I'm like, yes, please, I need 10. So yeah, Mary, I'll have to send you the link to what she did. It is
Yes,
hilarious.
definitely.
The threads was very
Definitely.
funny for a couple
And
of days.
my other unhinged thought is it's more just a venting of things. So my day yesterday ended with the vehicle that I was transporting 4 kids in for playing golf for the last day of school. We dropped off one kid, we get to the second kid's house, and I borrowed my parents' older vehicle and it wouldn't go into park. It was stuck in reverse.
No.
So I had to pull the parking brake, turn the car off. The kid who we dropped off, his dad was able to like reconnect the linking chain to make it work. But once I got it in drive, he's like, don't stop and don't back up. And so I was like, okay, so we drive to my parents' house instead of taking the third kid home. Like, so what was probably supposed to be me done and home by 9 o'clock ended up being me done and home at like 10.
Oh
Oh.
my gosh.
It was just like, I'm like, oh. So my unhinged thought is like, just car troubles suck, but at least it happened when I was close to home and somebody could help me out and I wasn't stuck down at the golf course.
Amen.
So, Courtney, Hit me with them all.
Mine is more of a rant because falling as an adult just like hurts so bad.
Mm.
Like you get hurt as a kid and you're like better 2 seconds later. But I had a pretty bad fall this week at coming out of the door to our in-home sitter's house. And yeah, she thought I was like, because I slammed her door, which her door like helped save me because like I was falling and I could feel myself falling. So I like caught myself with the door and I like ended up slamming her door. I'm surprised I didn't break it. But
Aw.
yeah, so I'm sitting there and both of my kids are just like watching me and I'm like, oh, mommy's okay. Mommy's okay, but I'm still like my body hurts and it's been like 3 days later and
Oh
I
my
just hurt
gosh.
everywhere. Yeah, so
Falls are
falling
not fun when you get
sucks.
older. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So now I'm rocking foot brace again. I fell last year and it's the same dang foot, but last time it was raining and I was trying to get inside with both of the kids and I was holding Kaylee and Sawyer ran around me and when he did, he tripped me and both
Oh,
me and Kaylee fell and I grabbed her and like tucked her
oh my
and rolled to
gosh.
where like it hit me, but man, I did some damage. And it's of course the same dang foot. So
Never fails.
yeah. But also, I saw something really funny and it's became pretty much my entire personality these days. But Relationship Mess posted on a reel on Instagram with 50 Cent eating popcorn. And it said, not gullible enough to join a cult, but nosy enough to stay for the whole presentation. And I just feel this deep in my soul. Like, I'm nosy as fuck.
And I love a good cult. Listen, I would join a cult just to be like to get the tea. Like
I know.
what do you guys like believe? Like what's that guy's deal? Like I don't know. I would so do it.
Do you have any random unhinged thoughts, Sarah, of your week?
I don't think I do. No, like I mean, not like podcast worthy.
No, not ones we're saying on air.
Not ones we're saying on the internet. No, I mean, I will say like it's funny being an author on Threads right now. And listen, everybody I know advised me not to get on Threads, and I did it anyway. And you know what? It's fun. You know, when I did it back when, like, I really got into it back when Heated Rivalry had just come out
Mhm.
because that's when Threads was the best place on earth. Like, it was the most
Yeah.
fun, and a lot of people connected, and a lot of people. We built a community. It was very fun, and now it's sort of like I'll like write something and I'll screenshot it to like my, one of my assistants. She'll be like, absolutely not. I'm like, okay, I know, you're right. I like delete it. But I do,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
it was fun. I mean, you get what's going on almost immediately. It's like, it's crazy the way that platform like picks up news because the
It's a dump.
trademark thing, I didn't
It's a
even know
dumpster
what
fire.
happened. It is. I didn't even know what happened. I remember like opening my app after Pilates one day and I was like, oh, everybody's making these funny trademark jokes. Like, I'm going to make one. So I made one and it blew up. It was great. And then I'm like, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? And then I found out.
Well,
I was
and I
like,
told Court, I said there's apparently somebody who has pending a trademark for book boyfriend.
yeah. And you know what? I'm in the middle of a trademark process for my own name, not anything crazy, just so nobody else can
Yeah.
like,
Which
be
makes
Sara Cate
sense.
under
Which
my
makes
spelling. Like,
sense.
yes,
Yes.
every author should do it. It's very important. But it is a very long and expensive, very, very expensive process. And it's very hard, to get things approved. So it's not just something like, people you fill out a form online and you send some money and it's done. Like, you need a lawyer.
Mhm.
So she went through a
Lots of
lot.
money.
Yeah.
Lots and
Yeah.
lots of money to get that, and like it just kind of blew up in her face. And so it's
Oh my gosh.
but I don't think it should have been approved. I mean, I know how hard
No.
it is to get a trademark, and I look and I'm like, I can't believe they approved that because there's a lot of people that use that phrase on merch already, and it's not even like a
And it's not even just like indie who use it. There's a lot
yeah
of major businesses and stuff that are
retailers.
starting to
Yeah,
pick that up.
yeah. So you really have to prove that like that's yours. You created it. It's
Yeah.
But then once you get the trademark, everything from then on is on you. So like if you want to make somebody's stuff, you have to hire a lawyer to. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. I think it's it's kind of funny. I think the way like the reaction to it is reminding me very much of Cocky Gate. Listen, I have
Yes.
like 12 to 15 titles on my Kindle that I bought back in whatever year that was, 2019, 2020, with the title Cocky, because that's just the energy it was. Like, "Oh, I'm
Same.
gonna go
I
buy all
remember.
these other books with Cocky." I have so many on my
They had
Kindle. I'm
so
like,
many free books, like,
"Yep."
just
It
to
was
oh my
everybody
gosh, I
used it
remember
for
this.
marketing and promo. It was the
Yes.
best. It was such a funny time, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what
Oh
this
my
is for the
gosh.
marketing that's coming out of this, like
All the
It's
funny, like,
genius.
memes and things people are making, like, it's so
yes.
funny. Love it.
Well, listeners, feel free to submit your unhinged thought to us. Who knows? We might read it on air. You can leave it as a comment or check us out on Instagram and drop us a DM.
Well, Sarah, what is up next for you? I know earlier you mentioned your next book is coming out in September. Do you have any other events happening this year?
Yeah, so I don't know yet what that release is gonna look like as far as if there's gonna be a tour or event or anything like that. I am in the process of planning a little European tour because obviously, like you said, I love to travel. So
Fun.
I'm gonna try to hit up some countries in Europe at the end of this year. But I'm really cutting pretty far back on my travel because my family has had it. So I'm gonna keep my feet on the ground for a little bit.
That's amazing.
And where can our listeners find you on socials?
Yeah. So, as I've said, I'm on Threads, but I wouldn't suggest following me there. Find me on Instagram. I'm at Sara Cate Books. That's where I'm the most active. I also have a Facebook group called Sarah's Salacious Readers. We have some fun in there. And so, yeah,
Yep, I'm in
start
that
there.
one.
In there. Well,
Awesome.
thank you for taking time out of your day to come yap with us. This has been
Of course.
so much fun.
It's been a
This was
lot
very
of
fun.
fun. We really appreciate you joining us.
Of course. Thanks for inviting me. And thanks
Anytime. You're
for
welcome anytime.
And as always, you can catch us causing chaos over on Instagram at What the Smut Podcast, and me personally at On Point Digital Services.
And I'm over at Instagram at Courtney Leanne. If you want to join us for a chat, there's a form linked in our show notes. So be sure to fill that out because we would love to hear from you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving us a review. Reviews help other smut readers find us. And honestly, they make our chaotic hearts very happy.
And if you really love this podcast and want to show support, we've got a listener support link in our show notes. Supporters get shout outs, special giveaways, and maybe even exclusive chaos that you can't find anywhere else. We also have sponsorship opportunities as well.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.